Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Kairin Adlina binti Hassan Khairullah. In this video, I will be explaining how I did my assignment 1. To create the flowchart, I used the Flowgorithm software. I will also talk about what I like and dislike about using the software later on in the video. The problem we have is we need to calculate electricity bill for domestic consumers. To solve the problem, we need to add total electricity consumption rate with total SST tax and the total KWTBB, which I will separate into 3 different sections. The first step is to declare data type for each variables. What I learned in matriculation is for flowchart, you don't have to put the data type. You just have to assign the value. But in this software, if you don't declare, then it will become error. Logarithm is also not case sensitive, which is shown in the example here. It still displays the right output even though the capital letters are not consistent. I think this is not that helpful for beginner programmers as it does not discipline you in being consistent with your variables. I also decided to separate my variables using the comment feature rather than put all in one block to improve readability and so that I can easily find back the variable name according to which part of the calculation I'm doing. Also, unlike when we type in Java, Flowgorithm doesn't let you name the variable with an underscore, so you need to do camel case. After declaring the variables, I will prompt the user to enter the most important value, which is the electricity used. The value will be assigned to a variable used kWh or kilowatt hour. Then they will enter the value for billing period, which will be assigned to variable bill days. Let's move on to the first part of the solution. To solve questions which have tiers like this, in matrix I was taught to make a number line so that you can see the information more clearly. Okay, so I placed all the variables used in the flowchart on the left side of the screen so that it's easier for us to refer to. Now, for the first part of the number line, which is 0 to 200, to convert it into the flowchart, we will need to use the used kilowatt per hour more than 0 and less than or same as 200, which is limit 1. If I only put lower than and equals to limit 1, then if the user inputs a negative number, it will still continue doing the calculation. That's why I still put used kilowatt more than 0 so that it won't accept the negative. For the next part, if the user uses within 0 to 300 kilowatt hour, then we can just set the limit of the range in flowchart as 300, which is limit tier 1 plus limit tier 2. We don't have to put more than 0 because we already put that in the previous tier. Now to get the total bill for this range, we just have to get the maximum price of the red highlight, which is limit tier 1 multiply rate tier 1. Then add the remainder price, which is somewhere in the yellow highlight. So to get that remainder, we just deduct our total usage with the limit of the previous tier, then multiply with the rate of the yellow tier. Then we just do what we did just now for tier 3 and tier 4. So for each range that we did, we put it inside the diamond shape. So the first range that we did, we just put it into a diamond. Then the working for that, we put it on the true side. If false, then we check the next range and just put the working on the true side and repeat till the last tier. For the last tier where the range is more than 900, we can just make the previous tier, which is less than equals to 900 into false. This means more than 900. As for the calculation for bill, we just do it the same way we did for all the other tiers. So finally, the working for the last tier, we just add it to the false side of the tier number 4 range. Flowgorithm also automatically creates the size of the shape according to the length of the text. However, if there is a long complicated calculation, you cannot adjust the size of the shape to make it easier to read. Therefore, I decided to just use the enter key on the keyboard so that you can see and read the calculation better. For the second part of the solution, we will calculate the SST tax. SST tax will be calculated if total consumption exceeds 600 units. Therefore, SST tax will be multiplied with the bill after the first 600 units with 6%. Now let's assume the units used is 900. To get the bill after the first 600, we just have to take the total electricity bill for 900, which is represented by the dark blue box. and then we deduct it with the green box, which is the price of the first 600, that is limit tier 1 times rate tier 1 plus limit tier 2 times rate tier 2 plus limit tier 3 times rate tier 3. If exceed 600, we put in the diamond shape, and the calculation for the bill after 600 we put on the true side along with the working for the total SST. Does not exceed 600, meaning we go to the false side. If billing period is 28 days and above, which is more than equals to, we put in the diamond shape. SST is not charged, so the true side we put SST equals to 0. If less than 28, which is false side, SST is multiplied with the total electricity consumption without deducting the bill after 600. The third part is total kWTBB. So 1.6% will be charged for all except for domestic consumers with monthly consumption of 300 kilowatt and below. The whole flowchart is about domestic consumers only, and based on the TNB website, we will assume that a month is equals to 30 days. 300 kilowatt hour and below means that the range is less than n equals to 300. Let's combine the two conditions in one diamond shape with the operator n. For the true side, there is exception for the surcharge, so we put the total kWTBB as 0. For the false side, I change the 1.6% into 0.016, then we will multiply with the total consumption rate. For the output, we will display the consumption rate, the total SST, total kWTBB, and the addition of all three calculations for the total bill payment. I also use the to-fix method to round the price to 2 decimal points so that the output is neater. This is how the final output looks like, and as we can see, it tallies with the calculation in the website. That is all. Thank you for watching.